Let's learn more about the Estonia residency. Let's learn more about the Estonia e-residency program. What are the benefits? Why should you actually start a company in Estonia? And should you actually do it? What are the disadvantages that nobody talks about as well? Let's see. Okay, so what I'm holding in my hand here is my Estonia e-residency passport, so to speak. It's a digital identity card from Estonia, which happens to be a country in Europe. And I know that, many of you startup guys would want to start a company in Europe because it's so much more easier. You have a lot more facilities, payment gateways and everything is a lot more smoother. So people who are in other countries, and no offense to them, like for example, India or Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, or whichever country you're in, if you have trouble setting up your companies there because of whatever formalities, legal formalities, or payment gateway issues, or technical glitches, or whatever it is, Estonia solves all of those problems by letting you create a company in Estonia without you actually being there, with actually you sitting in your own country and doing the whole company setup virtually. It's so much more easier. So I got this whole thing done in I think a month or so. And it was so much easier. All I had to do was pay some money online through their website, go to the Delhi embassy, the Estonia embassy in Delhi, and do a verification, sort of show my passport, and I got the e-residency visa right in my hand. So now I'm enabled to start a company in Estonia, although I haven't actually completely done that process, but I'm hoping at some point of time, if required, I might do it. Benefits are that you're actually starting an EU company, and comes with it a lot of other benefits, like for example, accepting online payments. You don't have to have a local director. Like for example, if you're starting your company in UAE, you have to have a local sponsor, a local director. You don't have to have that. You could be just one person, you could be a freelancer, and you can actually start your own company. And the third thing is that they have access to a big ecosystem of the merchants and the products and services available in Europe, as well as a global community of people like you who are e-residents of Estonia. You can huddle together, and there's a lot of things going on there. There's a lot of barter systems and everything and support going on. So they say that's a big USP. I find it interesting. I find that the whole idea of letting other people outside of your country start companies in your country in a very seamless, effortless, and easy way, that's actually commendable effort by the government. But let's see what are the problems that nobody talks about. So I was looking at some threads on Quora and some forums, and I saw that a lot of people talk about stuff that is not mentioned on the website upright. This is the stuff that actually happens after the process. Like for example, when you get this card, basically what you have done is you've applied for your e-residency online, you paid the fees, and then have to fix an appointment in the embassy in your local country. In India, it's in Delhi. So you have to go up to Delhi. If you are in some remote parts of India, you have to actually go up to Delhi and do a physical verification with your passport and everything, and then they give you this card. This is the easiest part. But after that comes the difficult part, where now you have to, for companies to run, you have to do the legal stuff. You have to have an attorney, you have to pay taxes, you have to have a business account. That's where things get tough. So a lot of people claim that this is a bait and switch kind of a method where they make it extremely easy to apply for the e-residency visa, but then after that, things get a little bit tricky. So one person was saying that you have to spend 2,500 euros to actually start a company. Minimum initial investment required. And that comes to around $2,700 or so. I don't think it's a big amount. I mean, even in India, if you have to start off a company, you have to have some sort of initial investment. And it comes roughly to around that figure. I mean, maybe half of that perhaps. But this is like a minimum standard must have. The other thing is that it takes a lot of paperwork. Like for example, the legality involved is a little bit of a gray area because you need to have somebody locally helping you, like an attorney who is available in Estonia who can help you with the whole process. You alone, sitting in your different country, cannot entirely do it, is what some people claim. So I think there is some meat to it. I haven't gone to that level of the process, so I don't know what exactly is happening there, but I think there is some meat to it. I think it's genuine. One of the disadvantages that a lot of people talk about is that getting to Estonia physically is a must after the e-residency card is received. As in, if you have to open a bank account, you have to physically be there. And that becomes a little bit of a problem because getting to Estonia through the Tallinn airport, that's the airport a lot of people prefer while going to Estonia. They say that the Tallinn airport is a small one and the tickets are pretty expensive going there. From Delhi to Tallinn. So it ranges from 39,000 rupees to 77,000 rupees, which is not that crazy. So let's say you're flying from New Delhi to San Francisco, that costs to around 88 to 90 or to almost 1 lakh rupees. Same time, Tallinn will cost you around 77. So, you can see the difference. The other thing that is mentioned as a disadvantage is that communication problems in Tallinn or in Estonia is a big deal, as in a lot of people don't speak English specifically, so it's very difficult to communicate with them, and you have to have some kind of support from the local people so that you can actually get processes done smoothly. So I've looked at a couple of YouTube videos where people actually go there physically, visit a bank, and sometimes they get denied as well, like flat out denied for taking a bank account. So that's actually disappointing. But yeah, the e-residency program is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is pay 100 euros online and then apply for the card, which is the e-residency digital identity card. And I think in about a few weeks you get everything delivered to you. But before you get everything in your hand, you have to go do a verification in the embassy in India. That happens to be in Delhi. In your country, it might be different, but it's pretty good. I don't see why there is a big benefit of doing this yet. I mean, call me an idiot, but looking at all the benefits mentioned, I think, I'm not pressed to have a company in Estonia. Like, I can understand if you're running like an e-commerce website or something that is growing really fast. You have vendors who are paying you a lot of money and would prefer some kind of fancy bank in the Europe, or a fancy payment gateway in Europe that is seamless and effortless to create and everything. I can understand why people would prefer that, certain people, but probably not for everyone. Like a blogger or a freelancer who's doing design business, who's doing a lot of business from the US, they still can get things done in India with maybe a little bit of a problem. But then considering the whole issues that lies behind the initial setup process of getting the e-residency visa or e-residency card, I keep saying visa, I don't know why, that is a little bit of a problem. So I don't know, I think I'm just going to be stopping with this part where I'm just getting the card. So I'm a digital resident, but I don't think I'm actually setting up a company there. I heard that Anil Ambani or Mukesh Ambani has opened an account there. So he's an e-resident. So there must be something for big companies, but for smaller SMEs, bloggers, freelancers, that kind of guys, I doubt it. I mean, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but yeah. So that's about it. The e-residency visa from Estonia. Amazing platform if you're a big guy who is trying to make it a lot more smoother, having, payment gateways or better transactions, better documentation, who wants to join a global community, have a lot of support from European customers, vendors, then yes, this is a good thing to do. But I do think there are better options out there for people who are from other parts of the world. We'll look at that in the next videos coming up. Until then, this is Manikarthik signing off.